and he looked and he cleaned the whole thing out, put everything back in there, and he didn't find it apparently. And so in all of our shuffling and moving, this item popped up. And let me show it to you real quick, and then let me tell you what we're gonna do with it. Hello everybody, welcome back to the Commonwealth cabin. My name is Kevin and we are in here pulling orders, but I gotta tell you, something happened today that I was kind of surprised about. So we were going through the death pile in there because we're transitioning from out there to in here and separating things, goods that aren't listed to goods that are, and just kind of coming up with a new system. And we found something that I had a sneaking suspicion was somewhere, but it's not where I thought it was, and it's not where we've already looked. And we were really surprised to find it. I'm pretty happy to find it as well. And if you hang around for just a second, I'll tell you what that is and let you see it when we go inside. But before that, I'm going to pull a couple of orders that sold out of here. And we're going to talk about those for just a second, and then we'll run in there for a minute. All right, so we had something very cheap and very simple that's been around the store, and it was only listed for $5.99. It was a freebie. It's a Liberty cinch sack. And that thing sold right there. So it's not a very big profit, but I'm happy it's out of here. It's probably about $1.50 profit is all that is, unfortunately. This is kind of the drawer that I use to store my just Liberty University odds and ends that I usually get for free. Usually what I get those. All right, the next thing that sold is something we've been talking about for a while, and that is, well, look at that. They're not even there anymore. I guess the only one that's left is still in here. And is up here. $13.81 I think is what we've been selling these guys for. And that's the last one. I don't know. I guess Utah and Arizona and the Pitt Panthers, I guess those puzzles aren't high on the list. But we did also sell a couple of things that I've been listing here for a little while. That's a couple of Nerf parts that went to that gun that we did, I think yesterday. And then one more item over here. And this is the Mini Mate Igloo. And that guy, if you can believe it or not, these things sell. You'd be surprised what they sell for. This one, unfortunately, eBay got me. This is the third time it's happened to me now where I don't double check. And the default to free shipping on that phone app got me again. So I'm actually going to probably lose $1 on this, is my guess. Which is unfortunate, but somebody's going to get a good deal. And I could do something to remedy it, but I'm not. I'm just going to send it on out of here. And old coolers, you'd be surprised, make some money. If you look up here, and I've sold that one. That's the picnic basket. And I've sold that one multiple times. And I'm pretty happy when I sell those. That one, I don't even think I have listed yet. But I'm going to here pretty quick. But it's kind of cool. All right, I don't have the prices of these two Nerf parts. But let me show them to you real quick. One is a barrel. And I think that one sold for like $7.95 plus shipping, I think is what it went for. And this went for $5.99 plus shipping. And so they didn't go for a whole lot. But if you remember, I sold that battery compartment off that gun, and we made a pretty decent amount. I think the battery compartment went for like $15 plus shipping. And so these are just kind of throw-in profit on top pieces. Plus I have a whole lot of other stuff. So I paid $5 for the whole lot. So I think we did pretty good. So we're going to go inside in just a second. I'm going to show you what we found in there. And hopefully by the time you see this, it is in the right hands. We already know who we're going to give it to. So let's go and take a look. Now real quick before we head back into the Commonwealth cabin, we have one more Eneman going out. And this is going out to a special viewer who happens to have a great YouTube channel. Y'all, if you have not checked out Froggy Flips, particularly this video and this video, if you want a good laugh, you need to head over there and check it out. All right, so as I told you out there in the Commonwealth cabin, we found something in the death pile that we weren't expecting. So basically, here's what happened. This is the backstory. I had my oldest boy every year in the early spring or early summer once baseball season is over. Now, obviously, we don't have a baseball season. So I pay him to do a couple of jobs that I don't really want to do, and he needs a little extra gas money and whatnot. Now, he doesn't need it right now, but I'm sure he will. Hopefully he will. Cross our fingers, in the summertime. And so I pay him to clean out my different sheds. I have 3 sheds. One's really, really small. Incidentally, we're going to turn it into a chicken coop to have this farm increase. Reagan somehow thinks she needs to own all these animals. But that's fine. She's learning a lot, so we're going to let her do that. And then I have 2 more sheds. One is for kind of our personal stuff, and some eBay stuff leaks in there if it's really, really big. Maybe some bigger items that we're eventually going to take to the antique booths. And then we have one shed that is basically for lawn equipment. And I told him, I said, would you go in and look for this particular item in that shed? I know I bought it at a garage sale last summer, and I bought it for my wife to use when she mows the grass. And he looked and he cleaned the whole thing out, put everything back in there, and he didn't find it apparently. And so in all of our shuffling and moving, this item popped up. And let me show it to you real quick, and then let me tell you what we're going to do with it. So I bought these at a garage sale last summer. These are the M95 masks. Kind of hard to see with this lighting in here. But these are the N95s, the 3M N95s. And I didn't know what kind I bought. I had bought some masks last summer, and I bought them for the purpose of giving them to my wife in the early spring. Now, I do the grass mowing around here, and my boy now is old enough where he does a lot of it for me, and I pay him a little bit of money, so he's got a little bit of spending money. But sometimes in the spring, when I get overwhelmed with doing eBay and baseball and teaching school, she mows the grass for me. And it's really, really kind of her. I don't ask her to do it. I know she's got really bad allergies. So I saw those at a garage sale last year, and I bought them up. They were probably $1, 50 cents or $1, and I bought them for that purpose. Well, they didn't end up where I thought they ended up. They ended up somewhere else, and we found them, and it was a complete surprise. I had just convinced myself that I didn't buy them or we used them up somehow in the summertime. I know we had used them a couple times, and my son had used them once, but those were actually different masks that they had used that we did find out there, and there was like 2 left, and we used those for mowing the grass. So I was pleasantly surprised when we found those, and she has a nurse friend who has asked some folks around if they have extra because they're rationing theirs at her particular hospital. And so my hope is by the time you see this video, they are in good hands. I know there's probably some viewers out there that I could have reached out to as well, but we knew this person personally, and they needed something, and we gave it to them and trust that they are going to distribute it to the right folks. Now, I think there are about 20 in that package, and hopefully they're going to be put to good use. So I just thought I'd pass that story on to you. And hey, it doesn't hurt to check around your house. It doesn't hurt. We had already looked, and we had failed, and surprisingly we found those. Sometimes, you know, you buy personal stuff, and they just never get unmixed up out of all the eBay stuff you buy. And so occasionally I surprise myself when we find something in the death pile that I didn't think was still there. Sometimes it's nice. Sometimes it's around Christmas time when garage sales have stopped and you start digging through that death pile, finding stuff to sell at Christmas. And I find stuff that I bought the kids, ends up in their stocking. Hey, this guy's going out to Derek, and Derek says, hey, love your channels and have learned so much. I just got back into reselling, and beginning this year, looking forward to the continued growth and learning. I just passed the 3K mark in sales. Keep doing what you do. Thank you. Well, thank you, Derek, and we hope he gets you up there to 5K quick. I love freebies, and this was a freebie. It was a gift from my brother, actually, who is involved in Major League Baseball in some capacity. I don't know if he wants me to say, so I guess I won't. And he got me this, the Las Vegas Aviators. And my guess is it was a stadium giveaway, and maybe it didn't fit him, I'm not sure. And it sold for $12.81. Free shipping, but it was free, so it should still be a nice little, let's say a $7 profit, probably a little bit more, so probably closer to $8. You know, stadium giveaway stuff can sometimes be really, really good. I think I got a Aaron Judge, it was like a, I don't know if it was a tape measure that somebody gave away at a minor league baseball game. I think that's what it was. I'm not quite sure. I can't remember. I got to go back and look. But it was just an odd item, and I think they sold really quick for like 30 bucks. The key with those stadium giveaways, though, is to sell them really quickly, right after they come out, while it's in the front of people's minds. Maybe they missed out on it. Maybe they were out of town and they are a local fan of a particular minor league baseball team and they collect those items and they missed out. Maybe they're a fan of the big leaguer and they give it away at the minor league system, so they can't find those items. But I have found that if you sell those items very quickly right after the item is given away at the ballpark, that's when you can get the best money for them. And this one's going out to Mike, and Mike says, hey, been watching your videos, we enjoy, and my girlfriend says we have to get one of these for the eBay room, so here you go. So Mike, we appreciate it very much, and we hope he brings you some good luck. All right, if you need any more evidence that I am not your everyday picker and that I have some psychological issues of some sort, these are tiny little magnetic backgammon travel pieces, And I buy these things up, and they're the longest of long tail items, especially the black and white ones. I don't know how long I've had these. I've had these a long, long time. And they sold today $5.99, free shipping. I think I picked this one up for 50 cents for the whole game. There's 15 in a set, and now there's 11 left. So we've sold 4 of the 15 in maybe a year, I guess. And we're making about a $2 profit every time we sell one. And so what does that give us? That gives us an $8 profit so far off of that buy, with 11 more to go. But you know what? This is so easy. One listing, and I just throw it in a bag, and it's already on that bulk shipping, and it just gets... I dropped it. There's the glass break sign. Looks like I'll have to find it after the video. I only have one left. Maybe I'll have to reduce that down to 10, I guess. At any rate, I don't know. I love selling stuff like that because it takes up no space. I'm eventually going to make $30 profit on these. It just might be when I collect Social Security before I sell the last one. All right, this one's going out to Chet, and he says, thanks for all the great content that you and your family provide. My wife and I got quite a few laughs out of the You Might Be a Reseller video. Now, let me finish this one up and I'll tell you about that. If you don't mind signing the Eneman, we would appreciate it. Hope you and your family are staying safe. So to Chet and to Chet's wife, we do appreciate it, and we hope he brings you great luck. So he mentions a video, You Might Be a Reseller. So that's on the Commonwealth Flipper channel. We've had a lot of great response from that video. A lot of people went over from this channel and checked it out. A lot of resellers out there have watched it and laughed. It's not perfect, but let me tell you, we had a lot of fun making that video. It was one of the funnest videos we've got. We've got tons of comments on it. And thank you to so many people for sharing that video as well. It's really made a difference, and it's got quite a few views and tons of thumbs ups and great comments. So if you get a chance, go over to the Commonwealth Flipper channel and check that one out. My family had a lot of fun, and a lot of people have been commenting on there and adding in their You Might Be a Reseller If comments into it, and I think we might do a part 2 to that, and I'm going to steal all your comments and put them on there, and you might hear the one that you add to it. So thanks so much, Chet. We appreciate it, and we hope he brings you great reselling luck and getting rid of that stuff in the back end of your store. All right, and here is another Liberty University cheerleading shirt. And this is a dry fit, and I took an offer. Somebody sent me an offer, and they're like, hey, you take 15? I think I had it listed for $19.95. And I'm like, how about 17 bucks or I can't remember, $16.50. And they're like, sure, no problem. And so it was a free item to me, so somebody's going to get this nice one. We've sold quite a few of these off. It's going to end up being a great deal for us because we got it all for free. Don't be afraid to tell people what you do, and just think about it. 2 of these items here, both of these items were both freebies to me. Even though you didn't sell it for a bunch of money, you're going to make some money if you get them that cheap. All right, so thanks again for joining us. Don't forget, go over and check that video out on Commonwealth Flipper. It was from last week, I think, at this point, and it is entitled, well, I'll tell you what, don't even worry about the title. I'll link it either here or I'll put it at the end of the video, and you can check it out then. But for now, I'm going to say goodbye, and then we're going to go back in the Commonwealth cabin. I think Reagan has an item that sold out of her store that she's going to tell us about. But just in case I forget to say goodbye in there, let me just tell you, we appreciate you coming with us every single day, and we hope to see you next time. We got a Homeschool Hustler. We got Reagan in here, and we have a sale. Reagan, what's sold?
Alien Hominid?
Alien Hominid. It's a Nintendo GameCube game, and we don't have many games left, but that one was one we pulled out of the old death pile, and I'm like, hey, I'm going to list that right now. It's going to sell. $19 plus shipping. These can go for a little bit more. This one's condition wasn't great, and it does not have a little pamphlet inside. Do you mind opening it up? So if you have those little pamphlets inside, obviously those will definitely sell for more, and it didn't have it. So probably could have got $5 more for it if it did. 25 plus shipping, something like that. So hopefully somebody enjoys that. And you get $1 to spend. You get $1 to
save.
And $1 to donate. That's right. All right. Thanks, Reagan.
You're welcome.
All right. I'm just going to give you a warning right now. You may not want to look at this. I'm going to give you a little update on Pepper. And we are letting her nap in Reagan's trundle bed here. So close your eyes if you don't want to see it. All right, so there she is. Something got her pretty good, so she's had to have quite a bit of work done to her. And she's sleeping over there. So there's your update.